What is up, guys? So I'm here with part 2 of the video series that I started recently. If you guys haven't watched part 1, then click on the link that's displayed somewhere on the screen right now or in the description below. I hope that this series is helpful for all of y'all who are interested in application design and are aiming to become UI UX designers, or simply are interested in learning a new tool. If you all have any suggestions or feedback, you can leave it in the comment section below and I will reply to you as soon as I can. Also, if you all have any suggestions for tools that you would like to learn or a particular feature you're interested in, you can mention that in the comments as well, and I'll try to make a separate tutorial about it. So now let's start with the wireframing and the user journey for the application. So we have our basic landing screen down. What I'm thinking basically is once the user's on the landing screen, of course you have the search bar. But before that, I want to start off with the main feature, which is the QR code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this particular artboard here. So you can do this by pressing Shift and Option. And as you can see, you have this small ruler at the top, this pink line with the numbers, and it just snaps when you reach the exact distance. I think that's a really cool feature that XD has implemented recently. Okay, so what I'm thinking is basically when the user taps on this QR code area, he will be able to enter his car's number plate number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a keyboard on the screen, and how you can do that is basically XD also offers UI kits that are created by Apple, and I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can access those resources. So I have that page open right now, and over here, as you can see, there's this keyboard that's already available. So I just double click that, I do Control C for copy, and I paste it onto this artboard and I just drag it down. What we're going to do now is we're going to be providing a space for the user to type their car's number plate number. So I just have this dashed line here. I'm going to make like these tiny lines so that the user understands the number of characters that are available for him to type. I think that 10 lines should be enough because essentially a number plate is made up of 10 digits. So we have 5 here, and I am just going to drag this out because it's easier to duplicate the lines instead of creating new ones every time. I have grouped it now. The shortcut for grouping objects in XD is Command G. So now that I've grouped it, I can scale it down and align it to the center. So now the user knows that he has to enter 10 digits for his number plate number, and we should also actually add a description at the bottom so that he knows what exactly he needs to enter. Okay, so I've put down the directions for the user. I will also add this to our landing screen. Okay, now that it is in place, we have to give the user a signal that the number plate he has entered is correct. So I'm going to do that in a really simple way. Actually, I'm just going to make a shape, and I think it could be an outline, and I want an icon inside this, like a tick. So there are two ways I could do it. Either I could create it myself, which is fairly easy. You could use the line tool and make it, or you could use this site called Noun Project that has a lot of free icons for everything. So I will type tick, and when you click on get this icon, when you click on basic download, if you select SVG, it will give you an editable version of that particular icon. So when I drag this in, what I can do is I will ungroup this and delete, and I can actually scale it down. I can also change the color. So I can do this because it's an editable file and it works well with XD because it's a vector based software. Great, so we have that down. What we're going to do is we're going to create another screen now so that the user knows that the number he has entered is correct. So I've just put a random number plate number for us to understand right now, and what I'm thinking right now is as soon as the number is correct, the user gets a slight feedback by this particular button lighting up. So how we'll do that is we will disable the border and we will enable the fill. So it could be a green. So maybe we can change that to a green, just so that we understand what the interaction was. So right now we're not focusing on the visuals again. I will also make the fill of the tick white so that it's visible, and the user now knows that this particular number plate number is correct. If you want the user to realize that the number he has entered is incorrect, so that can be done by creating a small cross here maybe, and I will reflect that and group it. So we have a very basic looking incorrect icon there. So the user will keep trying until he has given a valid number plate number. Also, one more thing that I did miss out on is adding a plus here, so that the user understands that he needs to click on this particular area to add a new QR code. So I will put in a plus and I will take it from my cross. I will copy it and paste it right onto this artboard, and I can rotate it so that it looks like a plus. So there we have it. The user lands on the screen, he sees this plus icon, he clicks on it and he enters his car's number, like his car's number plate number, and as soon as it is correct and it has been recognized, he clicks on this tick or he clicks on this go, and yeah, he gets a new QR code. So we will create that as well. For now I'm just going to write QR code here. So that the user knows that a QR code has been generated, and we will change this line to this. Show the QR code that is displayed to your valet when your car is dropped off. Okay, that looks great. We can delete the keyboard from the screen because it has disappeared now that he's pressed go. So we can move to the next feature now, which is the locate your car feature, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out the screen here, and since I mentioned earlier that I wanted to be a very intuitive kind of remote controlled app, I'm going to make it pop up right on top of this page, so like a dialog box. So as soon as you click on locate your car, your screen will become a little bit gray, so that we can fade out the background a little, and I will also reduce the opacity of that. So the opacity is right here. You can control this with the slider as well. I have set it to 50 so that the background is visible but still not too visible, and I will make a dialog box over this area. So I simply dragged out a rectangle and I will center align it. And what I'm thinking is that this particular dialog box will simply just show you a map of where your car is located. So I'll put a heading here saying locate your car, and I can center align it. I also do want to have the map, so I'm just going to demarcate an area of where the map will be displayed, and under that I will have two buttons. So since I already had a button created, I am going to copy that same button and I'm going to place it right here. I'm just making the button a little smaller because we want it to adapt to this particular dialog box, and I'll write request drop off on this so that the user can easily request a drop off right from this page. I'm also thinking that I can add another button over here saying tip valet, so that the user can access it from this page itself. And since it's overlapping with the map, I will move the map a little bit up. I also want users to be able to dismiss this dialog box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cross from here and I will align it to the top right of this particular dialog box. I can also reduce its stroke size so that it's a little smaller and still reachable for the user. Okay, so now that we're done with this, I also realized that this doesn't exactly look like a dialogue right now. So just to make it look a little bit more like a dialogue, if you zoom in, you can round the corners of the dialog box a little bit, like I showed you earlier while creating the search bar. So I'm just going to round it a little bit, and as you can see on the right side here, you can also edit the value. So I'm going to make it 20, and I think that looks okay. So now that we have our first feature in place, we're going to move to the request drop off option. What I have planned for this feature is actually I want to show the feedback right on this button itself. So I was thinking that as soon as you click on this, we could have an interaction where it says that your drop off has been requested, and then we can also have the time that it will take for the car to arrive. So your car will arrive in 5 minutes. I'll also add an action button, so in case the user pressed this particular button by mistake, he could dismiss it. So for that, I'll take the button rectangle and I'll scale it down for this square so it fits, and then we can center align it. I can add that cross on top of it so that it can be dismissed easily. Okay, so we're now done with the drop off feature. We're going to move to the tip valet feature, and I want it to be similar to this particular screen for locating your car. So I will drag this out so that I'm able to work with the same dialog box, and I'll write tip valet here. And what I'm thinking is basically I want to give the user the ability to transfer the tip amount directly through their e-wallets. So I'm going to write e-wallet here, and we can just have like some basic visuals of some applications that allow you to transfer money online. So I'm going to add the names of a few of the apps that I do know. So maybe Paytm, and then we can add Google Pay, GPay, and we can also add PhonePe. I also want to have an extra button so that if users do want to add another e-wallet, they can do so from here. I'm just going to copy the cross icon and again rotate it so that it becomes a plus. I am going to add a section below where users can enter the amount that they do want to transfer. So we can drag down this title and write amount to transfer, and maybe we could have just a few options here for users to enter. So maybe we can start with rupees 10, Another feature that I think is really cool in XD is if you want all of these three elements to be aligned horizontally with the same amount of distance in between them, what you can do is you can select all three of the items and you can click on this button on the right toolbar. So it says distribute horizontally. So as soon as you click on that, like you saw, it aligned horizontally and the distance is equal between each of these objects. I'm also going to add another option over here that says more, so that if users do wish to tip a little more money or maybe less, I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll put it there. Next, I'm going to add a proceed to pay button over here, proceed to pay, so that users can easily transfer that particular amount from their linked wallets. So right now this entire dialog box looks extremely spaced out in this area, so I'm just going to reduce the size of the entire dialog box. It's also a really good idea to group all of your items. So as of now, I've grouped this entire dialog box, and then within that I've also grouped these sub parts of that particular dialog. And now I'm going to center align this so that it looks visually centered, just for the aesthetic of our own screen right now. So we've just completed our first wireframe for this application, and we can just run through the screens actually right now, just so that we understand the overall flow and what the interaction is going to be like. So let's start with the onboarding screen. I'm just going to zoom in right now so you guys can see clearer. So basically we have the onboarding screen with the welcome to Valet application description and a small illustration. The user can click on get started and he's inside the application. On the landing screen, we now have locate your car, drop off request, tip valet and car care packages as our main 4 features that we're going to be providing. We also have this QR code right above, which basically will allow the user to add a unique QR code for every car that they do add to this application. So this will help the valet service manage the cars that are coming in and going out and being able to cater to all of your requests. Then once the user does click on this plus icon, we have a keyboard that pops up and the user is able to enter their number plate. If the number plate is correct, he will see this tick icon. If it is not, he will see the cross icon and he will attempt to re-enter the number plate number. Once the user has typed a valid number plate number, he can either click on the tick or tap on the go, and on this screen the QR code will be generated and displayed to him. So he can then show the QR code that is displayed to the valet when his car is dropped off. So let's recap the features that we have created right now. When you tap on locate your car, this is the screen that you see. You see a dialog box that appears with your Google map location of your car and your current location. It could also display actually the amount of time that it will take from your destination to the car. So how long the valet is going to take to drop your car off, and you can tip the valet from here or request a drop off as well. When you tap on the request drop off button, the button changes to this. You see that the drop off has been requested and you see the amount of time that your car will take to arrive. You can also dismiss this with this small cross button over here. And let's move on to tip valet. When you tap on tip valet, this is the dialog box you will see. You can add different e-wallets and enter the amount that you wish to transfer to your valet. And finally, we have the car care packages. So when this is selected, this dialog box appears and you can select the kind of services that you want to avail. If you tap on the plus icon, the plus will change to a tick and the total will be added at the sum down here. So you can proceed to pay after that. This is the basic wireframe that we do have right now, and you guys can keep working on it and maybe make your own version of it if you think that an idea that you have is better or there is something that could be improved. So we have now completed the basic wireframe of an application, and you guys can try it out for yourselves and let me know what you guys think. You guys could leave it in the comments down below if you think that something could be changed or something that could be implemented that would be a better idea. I look forward to any feedback that I can receive. And yeah, that's basically the end of this video. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.